Competitors, set, go. And away they go. This is going to be fairly rapid, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a star lineup here today. The TV guys asked me early on if I thought these competitors were athletes. Well, you've only got to take one look at them up here in the open final. Johnny Kirkpatrick, I can't keep up with them already. They've only just started. Up the neck and around the back of the head they go. Rolly Smith, right there, he's going to hit the long blow first, I think, on stand number 3. Way to the long blow he goes. David Fagan right there as well on stand number 1. Keep a close eye on that man. He's 50 years old, but he's not showing it. Dion King winds his way through the long blow. Jerome Mcrea down over the last side. Last punch on him, but it's going to be Rowland Smith, the first man in for the second sheep. Sheep number 2 out on the board. Johnny Kirkpatrick right there with him. He will not let him get away. David Fagan. He's a man of steel, that man on stand number 1. In goes Jerome Mcrea. In goes Dion King. All with two sheep on the board. 59, 1 minute gone on the clock already. Rowland Smith's up the neck. Johnny Kirkpatrick's up the neck. David Fagan's up the neck. Well, Gavin, what a champion final this one's going to be.
Yeah, I wasn't sure they were going to be able to shoot him quick enough at 44 seconds. Rowland Smith popped that first one out, but look at Johnny Kirkpatrick there on stand number 2 down over the last front shoulder. He comes David Fagan, he's right there with him. Rowland Smith down under the last front shoulder. He comes Jerome Mcrea, he's right there. So is Dion King, but JK, he's going to go in for sheep number 3. Come on, here's your voice, ladies and gentlemen. Get him behind your favourite. And goes Rowland Smith, Jerome Mcrea, Dion King's right back there with him. David Fagan's right there. See, there's nothing in the more gold. Take it through the settle down yet though.
Yeah, this is only the start. She's a 20 sheep final, big field. But they're big field shearers, these ones. Up the undermine. Dion King, sheep number 3 on the board for him up the neck. Snaps it open and around into the base of the ear. But Johnny Kirkpatrick, he's got the bit between his teeth. He's opened his shoulders right up. Round through the long blow he goes. Turns to the last cheek. Down over the last front shoulder. Rolly Smith chasing hard. Dion King chasing hard. Jerome Mcrea's there well. And so is David Fagan as he hit the last cheek. But it's still Johnny Kirkpatrick down over the last side and into the last leg. He's got to pull the head through. Cost him a second or 2. These other boys might catch him up on this one. Right out over the tail. Johnny Kirkpatrick heads into the pen. Sheep number 4 out on the board. Then Rowland Smith. Dion King there as well. David Fagan. And in goes Jerome Mcrea. There's only a blow or 2 in it between the whole field at this stage, Gavin.
Yeah, I think in it they've going to settle, sort themselves out. But this Johnny Kirkpatrick, there was a big sheep. We had that last one. He shot amazingly well to keep that pace in front. Round the back of the ears he comes now, but here comes Dion King. He's round the back of the ears. He's right back with him. So is Jerome Mcrea, Rowland Smith, David Fagan. They're all dropped out on the long blow together. But if Johnny Kirkpatrick turns to the last side first, down over the last front shoulder, Dion King's the next one to turn. Here comes Jerome Mcrea, Rowland Smith, David Fagan. They're all there together. But Johnny Kirkpatrick, he's out in front. He's going to step in first. But here comes Dion. He's going to be the next one in, is he? Out on the board comes Johnny Kirkpatrick. Out comes Dion King. Jerome Mcrea, he's in. Rowland Smith, David Fagan. No one can get that break they want there. Norman.
Oh, she's very tight at this stage. Still the 5th sheep on the board for all these competitors. Keep the cards right. David Fagan on the front stand, winding his way into the first hind leg and up the undermine. Couple of moves, sweeping blows there. Top knot comes off for Fagan. But around into the long blow drops Johnny Kirkpatrick. Dion King right there with him. He's got a bit of rhythm going now. He's starting to pull Johnny back. Is he going to be able to head him off? Time will tell. Johnny Kirkpatrick, one of the strongest competitors in the world. Super fit, super meat. Down the last side he comes. Punches his way right out the leg. Drives those big shots under the hamstring. Another couple of shots. He'll be hitting him for number 6. Dion King right there as well. Rowland Smith not getting him to get away from him. Down the last side he comes. Fagan just a blow in front of Rowland Smith now. Right out to the toe he goes. Another couple of shots. He'll be looking for number 6. He goes Joey Mcrea. Don't count this man out on stand number 5. He can really whack it off him. Into the belly he drops. Another couple of shots. Out the belly will pop. And Dion King up the undermine. Top not off already. And around the back of the head goes Johnny Kirkpatrick. Still out in front. JK on the first front shoulder. Dion King moving into it. JK on the long blow. Dion King moving into the long blow as well. Way they go together. Couple of big shots. And around into the off cheek comes Johnny Kirkpatrick. King off cheek as well. Down over the last front shoulder they come. Johnny Kirkpatrick is holding the lead by the slimmest of margins. Jerome Mcrea down there as well. So's David Fagan. He's having a good cheer. The big man on stand number 1. But it's still Johnny Kirkpatrick at the stage, but only by a shot or 2. In goes Dion King. He's right there with him. Gavin. Nothing in between these two shears. Dion King biting him by a blow now.
Yeah, I think Dion actually got him first there. David Fagan's right there as well. He was the next one in. Look at that, a man of 50 and keeping up with these young fellows about 20 years as junior. In goes Rowland Smith. Out on the board he comes. Jerome Mcrea into the first time leg over the undermine. He goes better than Dion King, who's taken over the lead now. Down in the long blow he comes. JK's hanging in there. Here comes David Fagan. He's down there. She's just ringing to just keep pumping those blows into him. Jerome Mcrea's on the long blow. Rowland Smith just dropped off the pace of it now. Is up the deck. He goes around the back of the edge. But it's down the last side. Dion King, he's got a bit of a kicker there. Here comes David Fagan coming right back at him. David Fagan's in front of Rowland. Good JK. Dion King steps in. Here comes David. Rowland.
He's having a great shear. David Fagan. Let's watch him winding into the first leg on that last one. Terrific shear of this man. He always has been as long as I've been alive, just about. Down under the belly he drops. Sheep number 8 on the board for these competitors. Rolly Smith, don't count him out. He's super fit, this man. He can come back from anywhere. Down over the last leg he goes. A couple of shots. Had a bit of a kicker. Cost him another second or 2, which is what he didn't want in this field. Round into the long blow drops. Dion King, he's still out in front of this man. There may be a shearer right round into the base of the ear on the long blow. Turning for the last cheek now. Down over the last front shoulder he comes. Dion King lifts it around, pops down over that last front shoulder, but David Fagan's coming back at him. So is Johnny Kirkpatrick. Johnny Kirkpatrick always been there, but he's just dropped back off the pace a bit, but he might be winding back into it. Jerome Mcrea on stand number 5. He's back there with him as well, the Wanganui man. Right at him, Jerome Mcrea. In goes Dion King, Johnny Kirkpatrick, David Fagan. Out comes Jerome Mcrea. Very, very close this one. Hard to call, Gavin.
Yeah, it is close. No one can just make that break. Look at Dion King and Johnny Kirkpatrick. Blow for blow. They both at the top, not together. David Fagan right there with them. So Jerome Mcrea. Rowland Smith just got a bit of a rigger. Don't count this young fellow out. He can really motor. He's only got so many blows behind him, really. But they're all down on the long blow. Stands 1, 2, 4 and 5. Hold the chair in motion as they turn the last side. And David Fagan turned first. Right with Johnny Kirkpatrick. Down over the last front shoulder they go. David Fagan, he's in front there. Down the last side, last leg he goes. Who's going to stand in first? David Fagan goes in.
Come on, folks, get behind them. They need a bit of support about now. They're halfway through the field. The sweet's starting to drip off the end of their nose. Bit of perspiration on the forehead, but David Fagan, he opens up the first time. They couple of big shots up down the mine. We've seen this man do this so many times, and it's so great to see him doing it again. Into the base here and around the back of the head he goes. JK chasing hard, doing his own thing though. As he always does, he works his way through round into the long blow. Long blow time for Johnny Kirkpatrick, long blow time for David Fagan. Fagan, who's going to turn first onto the last cheek. That might be JK, but only by a blow. There he is, Johnny Kirkpatrick. Sweat running off his nose. He's starting to work, this man. But this is what they love. This is when the heat starts coming on. They love the pressure right out of the toe. Johnny Kirkpatrick, Fagan right there with him. Dion King down the last side. He comes. Jerome Mcrea as well. But JK on stand number 2. Handpiece change for Johnny Kirkpatrick and then the penny hops. David Fagan and the penny, he goes as well. They're together up there. Dion King, Jerome Mcrea, new handpiece on as well. Rolly Smith. Don't kick the man out. He's super fit, this guy on stand number 3. He would have worked his pin, so he's got some good ones left. He'll pump him out at the end. He might be right back with him, Gavin.
He's coming right back at him now. He's not far behind. He was half a sheep behind there before, and now he's right back, right up with him. That is David Fagan. He's taken over the lead again. He drops down on a long blow. Johnny Kirkpatrick, Dion King, and Jerome Mcrea blow for blow right behind him. David Fagan turns to the last side first. Down over the last front shoulder he comes. Out the last front leg. Down the long last side he goes. Here comes Dion King, putting some big shots in now. Down under the last front shoulder. Down the last side comes King. With Kirkpatrick. That's Fagan's in with sheet number 12. We're over halfway through and they've only been going for 9 minutes. Sheet number 12 on the board. Jerome Mcrea, he's hanging right in the weather. Look at Rowland Smith going on. He's coming right back at these boys.
He certainly is. Hopefully he's done the worst ones and he's been first up for the first half. He's got some smaller ones in here. He can really get his rhythm going, open those big shoulders of his up. The tall man on stand number 3 from Rowland Smith. Rolls down the belly, through the clutch and round into the first time. There he'll go. Dion King around the back of the head. Jerome Mcrea top knot off. But it's all David Fagan at this stage in the battle. Right round under the front leg he goes, drops down into the flank on the last side. Right out of the toe, he's a few blows ahead of JK now. JK working hard, keeping that handpiece flying. Let's look at the clock. People, 10 minutes and 25 seconds gone on the clock. Number 13 on the board for David Fagan. 13 on the board, coming out now for Johnny Kirkpatrick. Fagan will flick the belly out any second now. There it is. Pops out in front of him into the first time lead. He smacks that open up down the mine. Top knot will whack off. And he'll punch a few blows up the neck and around into the first front shoulder he'll go. But Johnny Kirkpatrick top knot off. He's right there with him, or he's a blow or two behind. In goes Rowland Smith. He's picked up Jerome Mcrea already. Into the belly he goes. This guy's hunting the leaders. Rowland Smith on stand number 3. He's going to hunt them down. Up down the mine. Big sweeping blows. Top knot comes off for Rowland Smith. Up down the mine for Jerome Mcrea. Dion King works his way through the long blow. Turns on to the last side. He's not that far behind JK and Fagan, but Fagan, he's going to be the first man in for sheep number 14 again. Closely followed by Johnny Kirkpatrick and Dion King, Kevin.
Yeah, there's nothing in it. No one can just make that break clear. But Rowland Smith came right back at those fellas. He's only got pup in this field though. He's only got boy. As down the last side he's got the hook on his side. Comes Rowland Smith, the young fella. He's in front of Jerome Mcrea now, but it's Johnny Kirkpatrick's taken over leading him now. Is up the neck and round the back of the ears he goes. David Fagan's right there too. Also Dion King's coming right back in it. He wants a bit of a turn of the lead, but Johnny K's home in front now. And away I go down on the long low. On turn on the last side, takes the cheap one off. David Fagan, he's turns through, he's got a bit of a kicker, he's going to turn to the last side. Dion King down over the last front shoulder. But it's Johnny Kirkpatrick. Look at the controller man there, Norm, as he steps in with sheep number 15.
Yeah, he's got it all together, and Johnny Kirkpatrick. Into the belly he drops, sheep number 15, it is his 5 left in his pen. In goes Dion King ahead of David Fagan. David Fagan had a kick at that time. Wouldn't let it settle, change his handpiece. Got some free steel on. Sheep number 15 coming out on the board. Rowland Smith right there with David Fagan now. Rowland Smith, he's got a good looking sheep. I think he's going to whack that one out in a hurry. 12 minutes and 31 seconds are gone on the clock, folks. 15 sheep on the board. Rowland Smith punches his way down into the first time league. Under one time for Fagan, top knot off. Dion King winds around into the long blow now. Jerry Mcrea, where's he at? Into the first time league. But it's still the Navy man, Johnny Kirkpatrick, winds his way out to the half time league. Couple of shots. There he is. Right into the pen again. Sheep number 16 on the board. 12 and almost 13 minutes gone on the clock now. Dion King slides a couple of quick shots down the last side. He'll be looking for 16 as well. There he is. Then he goes. Out he comes. David Fagan. Another couple of shots. He'll be on for 16 as well. But Rowland Smith, he's peaked. Oh, no, not quite. He hasn't peaked him back. I thought he had, but David Fagan hops in. Jerome Mcrea right there with Rowland Smith and David Fagan. Another shot. He'll be in for 16 as well. Great final this one, Gavin.
It is a great final. 4 sheep left in the pen, and look at Johnny Kirkpatrick. He's away now down over the last front shoulder. He comes away from Napier there on stand number 2. Down the last side he goes. He's made a bit of a margin on these boys now. The closest one to him is Dion King down over the last front shoulder. Comes the other boy from Napier. But it's long blow time for David Fagan. Turns to the last side. Jerome Mcrea's on the long blow. Look at the stretch of their Rowland Smith. He's put the just about to stand over and put his leg on Dion King's toe. As down over the last front shoulder he comes, the big tall boy there on stand number 3. David Fagan, the sweat glistening off the head. He steps in for sheep number 17. That's Johnny Kirkpatrick. He's away now down on the long blow. Ready to turn the last side. In goes Smith. In goes McCrea. They're still hanging in there. But Johnny Kirkpatrick, he's starting to really move out now. If these boys don't hurry up, he's going to come and put the blinker on him, Norman.
He certainly is, Johnny Kirkpatrick. He's really still into his work. Sheep number 18 coming out on the board now. 14 minutes, 35 seconds on the clock. Into the belly he goes on sheep 18. Dion King not far off, finishing sheep number 17 as well. He'll be hopping in for 18. David Fagan last night time for David. Rowland Smith, I just sensed that he put the gas down on that last sheep, but it wouldn't let him do anything. It knocked him around on the long blow. Did he sit right down on top of it to keep it under control? Cost him a minute, a second or two. Up comes David Fagan with 18. Jerome Mcrea just going to hop in a minute as well as Rowland Smith for 18 out on the board. They'll pop. Dion King's already been there and done that. Top knot comes off. But Johnny Kirkpatrick well in his work now. 18 on the board. Down the last side he comes. He's out in front of the field. He's going to hope to stay there. Anything can happen still. There's still a couple of sheep. Some of these men are fantastic over the last 2 or 3. Johnny Kirkpatrick. And he goes for 19. One left in the pen for JK. Rowland Smith up around the back of the head he goes. David Fagan smacks around the long blow. Slide, hang on to it, Dave. Slides a couple of shots off the back of the cheek there and down under that first front leg. Drops down into the flank, right out to the toe. Dion King right there with him, but David Fagan, another couple of shots. He'll be hitting and he's in front of Dion King now, Gavin.
Yeah, he just really smacked that one out there. This is David Fagan's been incredible at coming home real quick in the past, but Johnny K, he's got the bit between the teeth now as he turns to the last side of sheep number 19, one in the pen. Has anyone got anything in the pens to catch him now? Up there around the back of the ears goes David Fagan. Dion King's right there with him. Rowland Smith, he's on the undermine. He'll take the top knot off. Mcrea's undermine time. In for sheep number 20 goes Johnny Kirkpatrick in 16 minutes and 13 seconds. Into the belly goes, but here comes David Fagan down there on stand number 1. Penny catch the boy from Mcrea. Down out the last hind leg goes David Fagan. Top knot off front for Johnny K. I don't think anyone can pick him up from there, Norman.
It'll be a hard match to pull back. All right, Johnny Kirkpatrick round into the long blow. He goes Fagan out on the board with 20. Dion King out on the board with 20. Rowland Smith out on the board with 20. Jerome Mcrea, she's pretty tight between all these shears. But Johnny Kirkpatrick spins around onto the last cheek, down over the last front shoulder he comes. Down under the leg, another couple of shots, punches down into the flank he goes. Johnny Kirkpatrick, bring him home, ladies and gentlemen, give him a big hand. 17 minutes on the clock, another couple of shots, here's the red button for Johnny Kirkpatrick. 17 minutes and 4 seconds for 20 of these big Carter Hope ewes. Down over the last front shoulder comes David Fagan. He's going to be the next man finished. He may not, Dion King's right there as well. Down into the flank drops David. Got a wee bit of wriggle though. Dion King might get him by a blow. Nothing between it. Dion King it is. Another shot. David Fagan as well. Rowland Smith and Jerome Mcrea. The next two men. Jerome Mcrea for Wanganui.